I'm here. No, I'm good. I don't need to say anything. I'm good.
Okay, that's all right. I didn't know whether you were frozen because like you look like anyway. Okay, so so we're scheduling. Sorry, I'm just going to get myself back on track. So we're scheduling. We're going to be doing our numbers by time follow-up. And then we are going to get very strong on our 30-second story. Nobody posted it. Nobody posted their 30-second story. This is what you're going to have to create energy around and courage around. And now Fiona gets to hear this again. Here is my rant. Whew. Are you ready? If you are not sharing your 30-second story because you feel in yourself that you are not a product of the product, get the fuck out of your own way. Nobody knows your backstory. Nobody knows your health on the inside, and nobody knows your life. You think that they only see you for what you look like on the outside. You are more than that. And if someone has ever judged you for that, then that is their problem and not yours. You are a billion trillion cells, and your results and your life is going to be bigger than the weight that you have lost or gained. Nobody will ever know how shit your life was before you started Isagenix, and nobody will know how great your life is now, how you feel, how much energy you have, and how great things are for you now unless you share. So if you are not sharing because you feel or you have been told somehow that you are not a product of the product, what is a product of the product? What is it? I said to Fiona today, tell me, if you were to look at John Anderson, would you say that he's a product of the product? No, but that mastermind saved his own life by creating the products that we use. And he's alive because of the products that he created. But if superficially we're to look at him in a judgmental fashion and think that he is not a product of the product, we're not understanding the backstory. No one will know your story unless you share it. So please, if you're not sharing your 30-second story because you feel that you're not a product of the product, let go of that statement.
On that 30-second story thing, Lisa, can you ask everybody sort of the same question you put to me, why and what attracted you to the business side of this? Because that was a huge reminder for myself that I wasn't actually using it as part of my 30-second story.
Yeah. Yeah. So
and because I haven't felt like I'm a product of the product, I was struggling to tell. So by you saying to me, well, okay, what attracted you to network marketing and what attracted you to the business opportunity, using that in the 30-second story is a really powerful tool.
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, like I'm just suggesting, like, is that something that other people need to be asked and ask themselves, and then we all answer and create a 30-second story around that. So that helps you with your wealth creation side of it, I guess.
Sure. So the question was straight out of the new associate checklist, and it's question number 7. And it was, what was the determining factor that led you to start building your Isagenix business? So what was the determining factor? When was the day that you knew you were going to share it? What was the feeling you were sitting in? Really? And now Fiona's was, and know that I'm thankful for your heart today, Fiona, that Fiona felt that she was a 10 out of 10 in commitment of building her business, but she was a 3 out of 10 in herself building it, because she felt like she was not a product of the product. So she feels that she has to look a certain way to be able to share Isagenix. Please remember that Isagenix is a health and wellness company. It is not a weight loss company. weight loss is one side effect of the body being well. Okay, please own that. There is so many more benefits of putting these products into your body than just the weight loss alone. Okay, so when I asked Fiona that question, she said that she started building an Isagenix business because she realized after having a traditional business that she could never go back and work for somebody. She could never go back and be an employee, and that the risk was so small, it cost her $600 and her overheads could be eaten. And I said, you just have a brilliant story there. You have your 30-second story, so which is not based on weight loss at all. It's the benefit, you know. So if somebody says, why do you do Isagenix? Do you know what? I realized if I did Isagenix, I actually got, you know, you could talk about that I got energy, but from a business point of view, did you know what? I pursue network marketing because I realized after having a traditional business, I could never go back and work for somebody. I could never be an employee. And I was risking nothing by paying $600 for products which I was going to eat anyway. So I would ask you, this will be your...
I could get my money back on too.
Yeah, that you could get your money back. So I would ask you to come back into, this will be homework point number 2, to ask yourself the question, what was the determining factor that led me to start building my Isagenix business? You don't want to call it an Isagenix business because you feel that you're more of a sharer right now. Then what led me to sharing the Isagenix products? Okay, and understand your catalyst. Okay, that's it. Schedule, give me that answer, and then I will also ask you, point number 3 is I'm going to put up the Find Your Why, yeah, by Peter Kelly, her very original one that she did. But that won't go in the thread because it's too big for the thread. I'm going to put that onto the Isa Help and Grow page. Okay, and I ask you to revisit that again. And that's really something, that's a tool that needs to really be revisited. And I would actually get very kind of, you know, I guess, routine on probably revisiting that once a quarter, you know, or a couple of times a year, because, you know, as you grow and flourish as a person through seasons, the likelihood of this changing for you is high. Okay. Especially when you're pregnant with your 4th child, Lainey, of which I thought you only had 2. You know, same thing. There's so many reasons, you know. BJ, same thing. So many reasons why this is changing for you. Mel, so many reasons why it's changing for you. Jared, so many reasons why it's changing. Okay. Same, Georgie. All right. That's probably about it. It's time. 8:08. Doing really good. Now, so we've got those 3 points of homework. What were they? Someone tell me what they were. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, you've written them on there.
I've got your schedule.
Yes.
The how many follow-ups by what time.
Oh, yes. Forgot about that one. Yep.
Question 7 on the new associate checklist.
Yep. Part B though, yeah? Part B. Yeah. Yep.
And I also had that I still got to post my 30-second story.
Yeah, we can do that. That's a shoe-in after all these things though, yeah.
Peter Kelly's Why.
Rewatching Peter Kelly's Why.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So do you want some pointers on what to post for? Do you want some templates for what to share with people? Yeah. Okay. So we know that these templates are going to be simply from Isagenix Business or something from Eric Worre. I'm not creating a lot of these myself. These are all things that are just going to be duplicated, and of course that then can be duplicated down your line. one thing that I would suggest, which has worked really, really well, if you haven't done so already, is to share in private message the winter reboot, like I shared the other day. And I would be getting a whole list of my past users or people that have their memberships have expired or they're terminated, they're no longer using the products. Actually, even all your product users that you know, actually everybody, actually your whole team, everyone, because even if your current team's not in an ISA, in like an ISA body, they can come into this one. So, I tagged you guys all in that post, so you should see it somewhere on your timeline. And then all you're going to do is press the share button and share it as a private message singly to each person. And you'll write something like, hey, like what I did. I just said, hey, do you know anybody who might be interested in this, Michelle? Okay. Use the person's name. When you're doing these messages, you must use the person's name instead of just using like a forward, because a person's name to them is the sweetest noise. I'm just learning this. Okay. Good. All right. So that would be one way. And so they can be part of your follow-ups as well. Okay, so that could be, they would probably be my first ones. And then we'll do a template for our, then we can do then I'll do a template for the 10, like let's say our 10 brilliant people that just don't know it yet. All right. Okay, come and talk to me now. Come through and talk to me. Tell me your challenges. Tell me how your week's been. Tell me what's been going on. I'm going to press stop record.